Hey guys, welcome back to part 3 of our tutorial. In this tutorial, we want to work with at the first we want to open firewall port 8000 for Django, and then we want to configure our Gunicorn, and then we want to configure our Nginx, and at the end test we will test our project it's worked correctly. I don't know, maybe I don't want to start with Docker in this part. In this part I just want focus to start and run everything without Docker, and in part 4 I just want to create a Docker and install our config file, or we will configure our Docker for Nginx, for Gunicorn and something else, and then we want to run our container. Now let's just start from here. From last video sorry, we have created our runner, as you can see here under action runner, work order, and we have our project. Now let's to start. I just want to do something else. At the first I just want to open my, if I think I open it as well, but if not you can just write sudo, and from sudo ufw allow port 8000. As you can see I did it, and we must to allow port 8000 at this time to run our project, and in future we just want to configure all files in our actually Nginx file, and we don't need this port anymore. Just now for test done, and let's just start to install pip install Gunicorn. I don't want to install something like that, install Gunicorn, because when I install Gunicorn, some things like that is just global, and it will not install it in our virtual environment. I want to do something else, and from here actually in this time we have our action runner, and we don't need it will work correctly. Now as you can see, at the first connect to in your local machine, connect to your virtual environment, and from pip install Gunicorn. Okay, and then after install it, if I say pip install Gunicorn, oh sorry, pip list, as you can see I see my Gunicorn here, package, and install. After install our Gunicorn, I just want to say pip freeze. What's different from freeze and list? Actually, from when I say pip freeze, as you can see we don't have any detail here, something like package and version. From freeze we are allowed to install our packages from required text. I just want to delete it, and I say again pip freeze to just want to required file, and now from here pip freeze to requirements.txt. Now as you can see we are our requirements, and we don't need to do anything else because it will work at everything's correctly and automatically when I go to my action. As you can see, my last commit is Gunicorn, and it's worked from here completely. That means if I check from here, source virtual environment being active, okay, what's wrong? Oh, sorry, source now pip list. As you can see, Gunicorn is there. Now let's start to configure our Gunicorn. If you don't know anything about Gunicorn, Gunicorn is just like a runner for a Django project that allow us to run our project without any comment. And Gunicorn work with a VSGI file from our project. This file is under cd main ls. Gunicorn will work with this file and do our work automatically. Now cat VSGI, as you can see, this application, this is our variable that allow Gunicorn to run our project. Actually here is like this file is like our because it's like our build file from React or deploy file, something like that. Now let's start from here. We have installed our Gunicorn, and now I just want to run my project and be sure it's working correctly. From Gunicorn -- build and on port 800 and just main.bsgi. Sorry, I must be in around this file under my directory. Okay, I check Gunicorn options, build sorry, complete bind. Okay, now it's great. Let's open it from here. My DigitalOcean, cannot remember my IP address. I will copy it, and from here and why take a time? It's must running actually without. Okay, I check it again from here. We don't have any error, and I'm sure port 800 is open, and we check it again from here. Okay, now let's run it again. Gunicorn bind port 8000 main VSGI. Okay. Under port 8000. Okay, great. Now, as you can see, we have access to index file as well, contact to maybe. It must work it correctly from here. Contact. Let me again. Contact. Okay, now. And we are access to contact HTML file too. Okay, now let's stop it. I deactivate my virtual environment and let's go to next step. Under under sudo nano etc system Gunicorn socket, actually we will create a file, and this is just a Gunicorn socket setting or config file. We don't know anymore about this config. Actually this is just a config file. We must to create it, and we must just to do some copy paste from Gunicorn website to here. As you can see, this is just from Gunicorn documentation, maybe something like that. And okay, maybe from Django. Gunicorn, okay, I think documentation. Okay, perfect. As you can see, we are already installed Gunicorn, and then we must to install. I don't know where is that actually. As okay, maybe here, because I have already opened it and I copied this settings file. Okay, no matter. Now from here just copy paste these settings and exit and save it. And I need another file, again Gunicorn, oh sorry, and in this time we don't need any what's happened here. From here, and this time we don't need any socket service. Okay, and again we must to copy paste some setting from our project, or let's to find it from here. Nginx, and must to be here. Okay. And from here, as you can see, this is just configuration Gunicorn. You can change this name if you want, and required to our socket file we are already created. And now this is the name of user. In our case, or in my case, this is Mehdi. And here is the name, is the route of work directory. Our work directory must to be from here. Let's connect to my server. CD action runner, work order, Django, and pwd, and I copy it. And from here, and again I must to paste it here as well. And from VNV virtual environment, I call Gunicorn, and then as I said, we must to call cat main VSG. We want to call this application file or variable, and this file is under directory main. and I just want to save it again. And after that we must to start our Gunicorn from here. Start Gunicorn.socket. Image reload or unit. Okay, I think it's for me is activate as well as you can see, because this is not my first project on this server. I go to sudo nano etc system, and then again system, oh sorry, not without nano. Okay, we are not allowed go. And actually I already have Gunicorn on my Linux virtual private server, and let's check something else. For example, first one, I just want to restart it. Okay, and let's do okay, now it's working better. Warning, this file source configuration file drop-ins when you go to get change this run system reload. Okay, you must not to do something like this. This happened while I had already Gunicorn on my server. This is because I did some other project, and let's see a status of Gunicorn. And after create a socket file, Gunicorn socket and Gunicorn service, you must just to call two commands. At the first, we must to call sudo systemctl start Gunicorn socket, and after that we must to say sudo systemctl just enable Gunicorn socket, and after that with command system status we are allowed to see the status of our Gunicorn. Okay, now great. Now is the time to configure our nginx file. As I said, we don't want in this part we don't want to consider an Docker file, because at this time I just want to be sure my project worked correctly, or we want to work without any Docker file, just to test if everything worked correctly, and we must know what is the Gunicorn, how does it work, and we can learn how to configure our nginx file. And in part 4 I will consider to configure our Docker file. Now let's start at the first. I just want to nginx. I don't know, I have nginx on my server. No, at this time I just want to install some version of nginx. Actually, we can install just nginx without any core. That was our default. I install nginx. Okay. And now that's mean if I run website without any ports on port 18 must work nginx, because cd etc nginx site available. As you can see, cat default, we are default file and folder from nginx, and sometimes by me for okay, it's not matter, and we will configure our file and folder and nginx, but as a default must to show welcome to nginx. I don't know why it's not working here correctly. Now I just want, if you want, you can just create a new sudo nano new config, sudo nano new, the name of new config file as well as you want for your nginx. And if you want, you can work with default file, default config file from here. I just want to say sudo nano default. I just want to work with this default file. And as you know, nginx work on port 80. From root, I want to paste my root folder. From here, cd to action runner, work order, Django action and Django action. Okay, I just want to copy this path. I paste it here, and now I just need a server name. Server name must to be here, and we need this another location file. It's referred to our static file from our project. Okay, I just want to paste it from here, maybe something like that, and then just something like this. Now it's better. Okay, great. Here we have our static file, and we need to do something else. I don't need this file anymore. And I just want to copy paste new path. Okay. And then okay, now it looks good actually. We have, okay, actually look, we need to do something else. I must to say I want to work with a static file, and my static file is under my project. It's a static. Actually, you can do something like this. If you didn't, it's not important because the static is here, and they try to find this static file. That means we don't need to write this static here. And then I close it. Great. Let's start. I just want to check I don't have a syntax error. Nginx -d, everything is okay, successful, perfect. And let's do restart our Nginx, or at the first start Nginx, and then has to be enabled. Okay, and then we can restart it again. Okay, then at the first, let's check it again if it's worked now correctly. Okay, now I just want to see something else. Cat media function runner work order. Okay, we have here our host name, and debug must to be false. Okay, it looks good. Default file, we don't have any error, but what's happened here? Let's clear my okay. Now again, try to call this address. Okay, now we can check from here. Okay, we don't actually we don't have any error, and let's do something else. I just want to connect again to server, because as we saw we have a proxy error or something like that. I'm not sure. I just want to see my firewall setting or my firewall status. Okay, actually Nginx full allow anywhere. This is true, and must to be like this, and we don't need this port because now it's work our deploy file. We are deploy our project under Nginx. That means we don't want to work with any port on our website. We can just say maybe sudo ufv delete allow 8000. Okay, and check it again. Great. That means without Nginx 8000 must not to be worked. And I just want again to do 9. I just want to say sudo uvw allow Nginx full, because now we just want to work with Nginx and we don't want to call any port without Nginx. Skip it. and let's do sudo nginx sudo, we can say nginx restart, so sorry, or maybe sudo system restart nginx. No, it's better. Let's again. Okay, great. Now we have our website from nginx config, and as we saw, we must to be sure we give nginx full access to all ports or any config, because we don't want to work with any ports without nginx, and be sure you allow nginx full on your server. And welcome to end of this tutorial. As we saw, we have config firewall, Gunicorn, nginx, and we have run our project with Gunicorn runner. And in next tutorial, if you like this video at the first, you can like this video, and in the next tutorial I will create a Docker file, and we will see how we can configure our website, our nginx file or Gunicorn in Docker file. And I just want to, next time we will just call our container to run our website. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a nice day.